Yeah, coming off the back of last year, obviously winning the grand final was a little unexpected in most people's books. I'd say we were preparing from that from day one.
At the championship we didn't get the result we wanted, but to be able to say I've played and scored in the final for 𝙀𝙀𝙏𝙀𝙀, something every Wigan fan wants to do. And since I've discovered this unbelievable version of rugby league, it's that bit better. It's unbelievable, that feeling. It was great, and going from watching the men's team win it and us getting the reserves as well, for us to add our little bit of history and having two teams in both grand finals. 2 out of 3 ain't bad for a weekend, is it? But that night in October was unreal, just unbelievable, great feeling. One I love thinking about and looking at the pictures of, it still gives me a smile now. So, yeah.
Getting back into it now, obviously looking to retain that with the squad we've got here. Looking to make sure we can go back to back, hopefully, maybe push on with the European game, looking to the Challenge Cup, League Leaders Shield, and then obviously hoping we can get the second team moving one forward as well and maybe get a final there and win another grand final, maybe 2 this year. It feels so long ago, but also just like it was the other day when we started in Standish High School with like 7, 8 people at training regularly. Looking at the amount of people we've been able to bring into the game, the people we've been able to kick on, and over the last couple of years, sort of the increase in support we've seen, whilst obviously us and the club have got to know each other and knowing a bit more about what we need and the support they can provide for us, and the way that's progressed over the last couple of years and how we've been able to get involved and just feel a part of the club. It's just been a bit crazy, like you said, a bit surreal.
So yeah, Reece, you can pay me the £10 for not showing the Billy tackle, mate, so that's all right. I will find it. I'll find it.
Over the last kind of 12, 18 months, there's been a massive change in kind of how the team sort of come together. The main reason for that is obviously, you know, a few new lads coming in, and you can hear by the noise that's in the background, just playing like a daft game, like 10 pass or something like that. There's that competitive element that's still there, but we're all mates on and off the court, so it's a big reason why I've continued playing for so long.
It would be remiss not to show. Chris, you missed this, so here we go. Look at the finesse. Hey!
I joined the team back in March last year, and from then, right from word go, the lads all welcomed us with open arms, really. All took time to speak to us, get to know us, and then came the rugby side to it. You get more into the training, the more involved, the more you get to know people, the more laughs you have. And it's just turning up, just playing and training with your mates, having a laugh, taking the mick out of each other, which is the main thing. You work that bit harder for your team. You care for your friends. You don't want to let them down. You want to push that bit harder, hit the opposition that bit harder, set that pass up a bit better, give the assists, make that extra little bit of effort for your mates, because you don't want to let them down. You're just over the moon, even though I didn't play in Super League final. Still felt part of that. You still get that buzz and that friendship and camaraderie just goes right through. You see them all having a laugh now and taking the mick out of each other, but then come game day, like Chris said, we'll go to battle for one another. It's great, it's fantastic. So, yeah.
But if you actually look, you make a really nice bird, which normally you don't. Thanks.
It's a dream come true. Without wanting to sound cheesy, like, you know, obviously being a permanent wheelchair user, I knew from a kid that I wasn't going to be, you know, at the DW scoring tries. So when I found wheelchair rugby years ago, that was kind of my way of getting into the sport. And then everyone's jumped at the chance to be part of Wigan and make history for Wigan, because at the end of the day, we're all fans. We all go home and away, and that is the biggest draw to keep playing. The fact that it is for Wigan, and we all want to win trophies, win games, make memories, and make history for Wigan.
I've grown up a Wigan fan from watching all the greats, Van de Favel, Dennis Betts, Gary Connolly. I grew up doing that and dreaming of playing in the 𝙀𝙀𝙏𝙀𝙀, and then to do it with some of your best mates. I mean, Dutson, we've known each other for years since we were kids, going here, there and everywhere to watch Wigan. And to pull a jersey on with your best mate is something pretty special. Those last few seconds when you're counting them down and you're wishing them away, just so you can see your mates celebrate and be part of that with your friends and give them a hug. I think I was the first one to Jack, who was crying on the pitch.
Obviously at the start we didn't really know what to expect. I don't think the club knew what to expect, to be perfectly honest. And it's just been sort of feeling each other out over the first year especially, making sure we knew sort of what our expectations were on both ends and how to meet in the middle on that. And the club came to us and was like, this is what we did last year, what can we do this year? Let's see how we can make that better, improve it, see what more support we can give you. And that's looking like it's going to be the same for next year as well. So it's just about, I guess, sort of meeting in the middle, like I said, and creating that sort of more tight-knit bond, making sure we know each other a bit better on both ends and carrying on as we are, because it's been brilliant so far, to be honest with you, brilliant.
You know, the club have been unreal since I've come here, from the coaching staff, from Declan, Chris, Riggers, Jack, everyone on the wheelchair side, Mike and Stu. They've all been brilliant. They're welcoming, but you just feel part of the club. You feel special. You know, we got to go to the Man of Steel Awards, and the club took us to that. And I don't think there's any other club on the planet that does it like we do. I say that quite happily with a smile. And that's how it feels to be part of them. And you see the first team, you see the women's team and everything, and they'll come along, have a chat with you, the community days and stuff like that, and they ask you about your version of the game, and it's a bit, get a bit starstruck sometimes, but they're genuinely interested, and they do treat you like on that level playing field, like they treat you as one of the team. But as a fan, it's surreal. But being part of it, wearing the badge, wearing the cherry and white on a match day, it's unbelievable. And having, you know, players who you grow up admiring then asking you about the game and stuff, it's absolutely fantastic, and a feeling you can't really put into words. It's fantastic. It's a great club to be involved in, and I genuinely can't believe I'm part of it sometimes. Yeah.
I've been quite lucky because I've been around the sport for so long. I've been part of finals. I've won finals. I've lost finals, but to do it for Wigan, to do it with a Wigan shirt on, you know, things that I've dreamed of as a kid, and a lot of the other lads have dreamed of. That was kind of the biggest draw. You know, there's not really anything concrete. We want to build on what was there last year, both Super League team and Championship team last year. That's now kind of the reserves league. We just want to keep improving week to week. And you know, like I said before, the main draw is creating history and creating memories with my mates whilst doing it in a Wigan shirt. So as long as we're in the team and we're kind of improving game to game, it's all that we can ask for, really.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing that we thought to focus on was making sure we can tighten up defence. Obviously that's something anybody in any sport can always work on, and just making sure we're as fit and as prime and as ready as we can be for the start of the year. We've got a few out with injuries, so just want to make sure we nurse those back to health properly, do everything the right way, get everybody prepped and ready to go as a player, tactically, technically, fitness-wise. Just get stuck in, make sure we're still having a bit of a laugh, because ultimately that's what we're here for. Amateur sport, we're here because it's a hobby. Make sure it's still fun and we're playing silly games, but getting plenty of pushing done and getting plenty of fitness work done as well.